Okay, so we are over here, and we are getting some grooming done on Nala. I have a small treat container, and I have this little tiny thin silly leash, and originally sometimes she likes to run, so I actually will attach this to her and I place it under my knee. I'm in my bedroom floor. She likes to kind of be in a corner. Sometimes she likes to hide in the closet. So I like to kind of just put her over here up against this area where the bathroom was over here behind me, into my bathroom. We're in the master bedroom. And I'm grooming Nala. I have a whole trash can full. So far this can's up to here. I like to use a can that has a lid, because if you have like an open can or a bag, she will try to eat the fur, which is really gross, and then eventually she'll have to poop, and ugh. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to go over a couple things. So when you're grooming your dog, and especially Huskies, and other types of dogs, if you notice she is panting a little bit, and that is actually kind of more anxiety at this point. She wasn't panting at the beginning, and she is starting now to pant. She's starting to get upset, and it's only because she doesn't like the thicker spots on her, like her hind end, her rump, are a lot thicker, and then of course around her lion's mane. Huskies have several layers of fur, and so she's just starting to get upset, and when that kicks in, the panting starts. So what I will do is I will go ahead, we've been at this for about 10 minutes, which isn't that long. I'm going to go ahead and continue grooming for a few minutes, and then I'm going to give her a break, and then we'll come back. And that's only because when you start to see the anxiety, now Nala doesn't suffer from anxiety. She doesn't have attachment disorders. She actually likes being brushed. Not the defurmanitor. This is not her favorite. I start off with this one at first, and then before I catch up to this one has a nice little clicking motion where you can get the fur off. Once I think I have all the layers good, I will take the comb and just kind of lightly take it through her fur. And then that way I just make sure I don't have any tangles or anything that I've missed. And then that way, using this comb before I kick over to this one, she loves being brushed. What? What? You got something to say? Oh, I thought she was going to talk. So I'm going to go ahead and just let you guys hang out, let you watch. The panting is dissipating since we've been sitting here chatting. I'm going to go ahead and keep rolling and just do a little bit of video on what I do with the Husky. And as far as, now this is a light brush. I do get the defurmanitor out once in a while. Not her favorite. I always have Ed help me where he can help and pet her and love on her, that type of thing. But I'm going to go ahead and just kind of bring you guys along for the ride. And then that way you'll start seeing her kind of get a little bouncier, get a little bit more upset, and then I'm going to let her rest and relax and come back when her mannerism starts to change. So let's go ahead and get started. And let's see if I can set this down. Really, I could try to find a better spot to put her in, but she really just likes this space. So let's go ahead and keep going. Now, if you notice, and I don't know if you guys can hear her, but the panting starts to kick in a little heavier. And she doesn't do that for about the first 10 minutes of this, but once you keep going, you know, nobody likes to be pulled on. You know, and as gentle as you try to be, when you have a dog in January with a winter coat that is so thick, you know, and she enjoys this. Earlier she had her eyes closed, but when you have to get back up here toward the lion's mane where it gets thicker, when you get up here by the shoulders right through here, it's you know, it gets a little thicker. And then of course on her bum, you know, back on the hindquarters, it does start to tend to get a little thicker. I try to kind of hold on. I do try to pet her a little bit. I try to give her kisses. I do put her on that leash for a bit, but then once are you eating fur? Once I take her off though, she thinks she's still on it. Oh, that feels good. That feels good. Oh, that feels good. But keep an eye on, you know, when the signals change, she stops panting. When I start giving her lovin's, when I start talking to her, she starts, if you notice, the panting automatically stopped. But just keep an eye on some of those triggers. Watch your dog. Keep an eye on how they act, how they're breathing. Are they pulling away from you? If you have an older dog, you know, you may need help if they start to snarl. If you need to take them and get them groomed because they don't like you to do this yourself, some groomers and some vets will give a light sedative to pets. I never tell people to go straight for the sedative, but if your dog needs a big grooming, whether they got sprayed by a skunk or they have matted fur, problems with their ears, if they need mats cut off, if they need a good shave job all the way down, because you don't shave Huskies and Shepherds ever. You don't shave them down to the skin. Because their coats help them regulate temperature even in the summertime. I had someone tell me, they sent me a picture, a family member had shaved her Husky all the way down, and, oh, I love you, Jill. And that regulates their body temperature. You can harm your Husky, so don't shave them. I do her back hindquarters and her belly in the summer. I don't shave it down to the skin. Hang on. We're going to give her a couple treats because she's being really good. But the panting had started and it's kind of dissipated. You're just a good girl. Yes, you are. But just watch this cue from your pet. You know, make sure you're watching those. Make sure you're paying attention and that you're following through. Because what we don't want is for them to get really upset and, you know, to start feeling like you're harming them. And then you'll notice the panting will probably come back. She gets a little bouncier. So, I am gonna jump off here. What are you doing? Her and I are gonna play. I have some laundry to fold. I'm gonna jump off here. Her and I are gonna play for a little bit. We're gonna fold some laundry. We're gonna let her rest. Like I said, I got half a trash can full now. But just watch those cues from your pet. And she doesn't love the hindquarters. I'm not by any means hurting her. We're not using the defurmanitor. What? You got something to say? You got something to say? You're so cute. You know, I'll do a better video. I'll try to take her into a better spot when we're not shoved in a corner. Where you can have a more visual of what we're going through and what we're doing. What you doing? Oh, we're going to yawn. We're going to yawn. But, you know, watch those, especially if they start, are they ducking their tail underneath their bums? Are their ears back? Are they forward? Now, sometimes just chatting, you know, she'll mess with those ears and they'll go forward and back and, you know, but where are the ears? Are they panting? You know, she started panting when I started getting back on the hindquarters. And you have to still get that done. You can't just say, you know, I'm not going to do it because she doesn't like it. Because it just doesn't, especially with a dog with a lot of fur. Nala is an inside pet, and so she does need, you know, groomed. She does need brushed. She does not get in the beds and on the furniture. We are different than a lot of Husky owners. I have allergies, and some of my allergies are to pets, and so we just don't allow them on the beds and the furniture. We used to when we were younger. And then when I came home with Nala, her and the last pet we had stopped allowing them on the bed. So I'm going to jump off here so I'm not boring you guys. But, you know, yes, you have to groom them. You have to brush them. Find what works. We have these set of brushes. We also have a defurmanitor set. We'll do another video on the defurmanitor because I do bring Ed in. And we don't stay in the bedroom when I try the defurmanitor because he's a big guy. You know, he needs more room for those long legs because he's just over 6'1". It's just really important that you do have to brush them. Get them used to it early. When they're puppies, do it a couple times a week with just something silly. Just something easy like this. Sorry, it's got fur in it. Do it often when they're little, and then that way, once you start getting and doing the brushing, they're used to it, and everything will go a lot smoother for you as they get bigger. You know, and if you do need to, don't be afraid to reach out to someone who specializes in dog grooming, and don't be afraid to talk to your vet. If you do, don't sedate your dog with home remedies. Talk to your vet if you have to go that route. Talk to your vet. We're going to jump off here, and we'll bring you more videos. She's being really quiet, isn't she? But she's had treats. She's in a sugar comatose. Well, not sugar, because I make a lot of her dog treats, and they don't have a lot of sugar in them. In fact, the one dog treats we just made doesn't have any sugar in them. I do give her goldfish. Look at her. She's like, "Oh, what you got, Mom?" I keep a couple of these containers all throughout the house. And so that way, if she grabs something that she shouldn't, I can grab the container quickly and easily, offer her a dog treat, and she will give up whatever it is she found that she shouldn't have. And teach your dog leave it early. You know, I can't stress leave it at, you know, that it needs to be one of the first things that you're doing is successfully doing leave it. So, we're going to jump off here. Say bye, everybody. Say bye. Mommy took all my fur. And you know I didn't. She's got a lot more. But she does look really good, though. Look how sleek she looks. And she just looks shiny. Her hind end, she's still kind of thick back here. But of course, you know, that's going to happen this time of year. I'm going to jump off here. Oh, look at this. And the fur's just peeling off. I mean, even in the wintertime, you know. So, and I got to run the vacuum a lot, especially when we do this. So, I'm going to jump off here, guys. Say goodbye, everybody, from Nala. I'm not so crazy right now. Bye. Thanks, guys.